fellow countrymen, I am Professor David DeChand, leader of Movement for Regime Change in South Sudan. I would like to say hello to all of you. The problem we are facing in our country is not only for you alone, it is also affecting us, those of us who are in diaspora. And we are very much concerned about what has happened in Juba. The purpose of my talk this evening is to appeal to all South Sudanese who have not been included or excluded in the peace process, in so-called peace process in Juba, to be firm, to be strong, and to be determined. Secondly, I want all South Sudanese people to unite their rank and file, to join those in diaspora who are against the system in Juba. We are not against the state, we are against the system per se, and those who hold this system. Thirdly, if you have been left out of the government without a position, do not be discouraged. You have to maintain courage, you have to be motivated, and you have to have hope. You have to keep hope alive. That change is on the way. It is not far away from you, it is at the corner. And for that reason, we ask all Southern Sudanese not to look at themselves in terms of tribal backgrounds, but we have to be cohesive nationalists. We have to be united. We have to speak with one voice. And particularly those of us who are in the opposition, from day one up to now, we know what we want. And we know why we have not co-opted ourselves into the system in Juba. It does not mean that if we were to go to Juba, we would be without jobs. We'll get jobs, but what is it at the end of the day? We are here looking for a change in South Sudan. The regime must be changed in order for it to be replaced by a democratic system, whereby all people will speak freely, talk freely, and express themselves freely without any harassment or hindrance from the system. And you can also protest against your government, and you can also petition your government for whatever concern you might have as a citizen. I would like to say that the so-called peace in Juba is no peace. Peace cannot be piecemeal. Peace must be comprehensive and complete. It means that all political parties and all the opposition must be called upon to come and have their say before everyone. And if the system disagrees with that, then those who are not for that system would have to use other means after every peaceful effort has been exhausted on the table. The rest would be something to be determined by those who really aspiring for regime change. I want you to know that when we talk about regime change, it is not something that the world doesn't know. The whole world is calling for regime change in South Sudan. And for that reason, those who resisted this call would be the losers at the end of the day. So we appeal to all people of Southern Sudan to unite and to look for a bright future of South Sudan. Do not dwell on the past. Dwell on the present and the future. However, you cannot forget about the past. You have to know that past, present equal the future. Now, another point that I would like to say is this. The idea of regime change is something that is universal. There is no system that cannot be changed. Once the system is bad, it can be changed. It could be done in many ways. In some countries, they do it through revolutionary manners. In other countries, they do it through the ballot box. So right now, we are calling for a change in Juba. It would be up to Juba to come and negotiate with the opposition that is the largest now, more than those in Juba. Juba is a minority, and those out of the government are in the majority, and the populace is with them. And the whole world is watching what is to be done. So Juba will determine whether we can go peacefully or we can go another route. I call on unity of all South Sudanese. How can we achieve this unity? One, we must know that South Sudan is one nation, one people, with one destiny. We can learn from President Kaunda of Zambia, when he gave to the people of Zambia, Zambia is one nation, one people, one destiny. So the same thing applies to South Sudan. South Sudan does not belong to one group, and I'm repeating this again. It belongs to all of us. If you are in the government today and I'm outside of the government, it does not mean that I'm not a Southerner. It means I disagree with those who are managing the system of the state. They are bound to fail, and they would fail drastically. So in this case, my idea of unity is that South Sudan is a multicultural society, and our destiny is determined by unity in diversity, cultural diversity, and cultural and multiculturalism. What we are trying to talk about is what we call a shift, a state of shift. We are making a shift from tyranny to democracy. So this will need all of us. And democracy does not come easily. It needs a lot of sacrifices that we made already. When we died, we lost 3.5 million people for war in Southern Sudan. We did it because we wanted democracy, not tyranny that we are living under today. So for that reason, I urge all Southern Sudanese to embrace one another for change so that our country can move forward. Thank you very much, and God bless you all.
Thank you very much. Good evening. My name is Honorable Major General Gony Chuol Mutthiang, and I'm here again to give you some information. Southern Sudanese nations, we all know peace on Southern Sudan is not addressing our key issue or our interests. It seems like they are not representing us. We left unrepresented. We, the other parties who are non-signatory of that peace agreement. Now it seems, and it comes to everybody, that our parties or our government in Southern Sudan, they fail to come together. That is the reason why you have seen 5 different vice presidents, each of them representing his own parties. They didn't come as one, as Southern Sudanese nations. So they remain unresolvable, mean that the problem is not being solved. And again, I also would like to bring into your attention that Southern Sudanese is a vast tribal government that could be brought together by law in the system, and must be a good law that give right to all citizens of Southern Sudan nations and respected their obligations. And none of those happen to that current peace. So my word to you guys, you have to speak up for your right and your country to be in right directions. If you've been left out, it's not you alone. Most people have been left out, and it is our obligation as a citizen of Southern Sudan nations to bring and correct whoever misdirects. We have known that if you're walking at night, a torch cannot be carried by the back person. The torch has been in front of the people in order for them to see. But now, the torch has been carried by the back person, and we don't want that to be the way that we can follow. We know. We of those of Southern Sudan nation, we love each other. But having wrong government representing among us, we cannot go anywhere. We need fairness, equality. We are not going to support nepotism like what has been done in Juba. Right now, before they not even take longer in the governments, they have a dispute of positioning. Family want to control, like what you have been heard from General Kwang Choranley. Is 100% right that his leader is working on his own. He wants his family to control the government. That's what has been done by the vice president. And that is why it has been rejected by all his generals. Kang is the last person to him. He is correct 100%, has right to join the other part, the other parties. Because if it is a matter of the parties will take care of his own people. Right now, we would like to inform you we got nowhere to go. We will struggle to bring a change. We are not preaching war again, but we will speak out as a citizen of Southern Sudan and bring change. And we will advocate, not only two of us, there are a lot of people. We are representing like 7 parties now, non-signatories parties. And they came together preaching and giving you information, you guys from where you are, to be strong. Your voice is heard. Let us speak together and bring a direction to the Southern Sudan. I would like to thank you again for having time watching this, and have a good night. Yeah. God bless you.
I have an anecdote that I would like to leave with you people of South Sudan, and particularly those who call, those in the IO. You know your leader left you without hate. You remain now without hate. And you have your generals. Do not disperse. Keep yourself united. Things will change. And those who are outside like us, we are working for your cause. We know how much pain you are having. We know how much some of your colleagues died to protect your leader that left you, that went and signed the peace in Juba without even informing you, without even discussing anything with you. We felt that was ungratefulness. And now, because he doesn't have anyone with him, I think he falls from amazing grace to amazing disgrace. So Machar is a traitor, I must say this. What he did is not the first time. He did it in 2002, when you know that he met with late John Garang and find his place. He left you. Now he got his place again with Salva Kiir. He left you. What do you expect to get from him? I'm one person who have been in opposition against Machar. I work with him diligently, and I think I've lifted him. But everything I did was not for Machar per se. I did it for you, people of South Sudan. Today, if Machar is in Juba, because he got his position as vice president, how long will he be there? And where would he go again when this is over? There's nothing forever. Everything goes up, must come down. So Machar, one way or another, will come down. And I appeal to you people of IO, do not follow Machar. Stay firm with your generals, your commanders, and do what you have to do as a people until your needs, your rights are met, and until we can negotiate a better government with Juba, and we will. It is not their liking, but the whole world wants everybody to have his or her say in any peace negotiation. We want this peace, we want this piecemeal done by these dictators in Juba to be dissolved, and we come to a new one. So this is the message I'm giving you, is that if you are not in the government, you have not been appointed, do not be despair. Be happy, be patient, and be firm, and be committed to change. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
Thank you.